Hello everyone. This is another episode of my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to read to you the story Jed's Really Useful Poem. It is written by Ragnhild Scammell and illustrated by Jane Grey. As you listen to my story, find out how useful Jed's poem. Okay, here we go. The old tree in the park had died. Jed watched the lorry carting it off. All that was left was its large gnarled stump. The local paper ran a competition. It says, calling all children, would you like to plant a sapling in the park? Have lunch with the mayor? Get your name and photograph in the paper? Yes? Then write a poem about trees and send it to us before next Saturday. Yes, thought Jed. I'd like to plant a sapling and have my name and photograph in my paper. But I don't know about having lunch with the mayor. I bet he eats snails and caviar and things like that. So Jed wrote a poem. The poem says, some trees are large, some trees are small. Some trees have flowers, some grow on walls. Trees give us apples and rubber and books. All trees are lovely, whatever their looks. At the bottom he wrote, P.S. If my poem wins, please could I have a large burger with extra fries instead of lunch with the mayor? Love from Jed. A week later, his mom's mobile rang. It was the editor of the local paper. May I speak with Jed? She said. Jed looked pleased. Yippee, I've won, he said to his mom. On Wednesday morning, the mayor's gleaming car stood waiting outside Jed's house. Jed bounced out in his brand new trainers and knocked on the door. The mayor got out of his car and handed Jed the sapling. Could we walk to the park, please? Driving is bad for trees. All right, but my feet hurt. I've seen the Queen do this on the telly. At the park, someone had already dug the hole for the sapling. All Jed had to do was put it in and shovel some soil over its roots. Smile! Snap! Went the photographer. Now it was time for lunch, and soon Jed, the editor, and the mayor were tucking into large burgers with extra fries. The tree would make a nice bench. The mayor kicked off his black lace-ups and wiggled his toes under the table. Good idea. A week later, Jed's photograph and poem were in the paper. Mom was really pleased. She cut them out and put them on the fridge door with her best magnet. She used the rest of the paper to line the bin. Grandma, who lived down the road, was all in a flutter when Jed called. She grabbed the paper without looking at it. Then she used it to line Betty's basket. Betty's having her puppies. Soon, a tiny puppy was crawling all over Jed's poem. That boy looks a bit like you, said Grandma, when she'd found her glasses. It is me, Grandma, said Jed. Clever boy, said Grandma. You're almost as clever as Betty. At school, Jed's teacher had pinned his poem and photograph up on the wall. Now she was busy decorating the window with a chain of paper people she'd made out of the rest of the paper. "Clever boy," said the teacher. Soon there seemed to be pictures of Jed everywhere. At the recycling center, in the garden, on the pond, in the park, even in Jed's bedroom, where his Gerbil made a cozy nest with the newspaper. Every morning, Jed went to water his little sapling. He wanted it to look good for Saturday, because the mayor had invited everyone to a barbecue in the park. Behind Jed, two men were unpacking their tools. "Look, Lucy, it's growing." The two men began to hammer and saw the tree stump. Jed asked them what they were doing, but they wouldn't tell him. "Don't look, it's a surprise." For the barbecue, early on Saturday morning, a van arrived in the park. Two strong men lifted off a new bench and put it by the sapling. It was very, very heavy. "Got it down a bit." At 2 o'clock, the park was full of people, all waiting for the mayor's car. But the mayor had decided not to waste any more petrol, and had bought himself a lovely pair of trainers. He arrived, huffing and puffing, but his feet felt good. "What's this?" asked Jed. The mayor picked up his loud hailer. This beautiful bench was Jed's idea. It was made of wood from the old tree. Jed looked shy as everyone clapped. "Now it's time for the surprise," said the mayor. "You can pull off the cloth, Lucy." "Ah!" said everyone. The old tree stump had become a beautiful bird bath. Everyone loved the barbecued sausages, and the birds loved the crumbs. It was perfect day. Yum! Most people put their rubbish in the bin, but some just chucked theirs. Jed helped the mayor to stuff it all into sacks. Litter is bad for wildlife and for my trainers. Now it was time to go home, but there was still a newspaper flying around. Jake caught it and was just about to put it in the bin when he spotted something. Another competition. It says, "Calling all children. Would you like to help save some trees? Go to a factory and see how recycled paper is made. Bring home a sheet of recycled paper you've made yourself. Get your name and photograph in the newspaper. Yes? Then write a list of ways to reuse paper and send it to us before next Saturday." Jed ran all the way home. He already had loads of ideas. Back home, he found an old envelope on his mom's desk. Then he started to write. Number 1, use the back of old envelopes to write on. 2, line the bin. 3, line dog's bed. 4, make paper chains. 5, wrap parcels. 6, recycle bin. 7, make bows and hats. 8, put it over your head when the sun shines. 9, tear it up for the gerbil. 10, sa blank. Can you help? Jed yawned. He couldn't think of any more tonight. Tomorrow he'd ask all his friends. The end. There is an instruction on how to recycle paper or how to make paper mache at the back of the book. And there's also an interview to the author and illustrator. Okay, that's all. That's the story of Jed's really useful poem. Thank you. See you again.